Hello and welcome to Brodual. This time we have Ultimate Dragons. The mod comes from the same author that brought us Ultimate Combat and TK Dodge, and this time the author is tackling dragon combat. The mod comes with a variety of features and changes to dragons that we've seen in other mods, but unlike those other mods, this one doesn't focus on things like dragon AI, or how dragons are integrated, but instead focuses on new attacks for dragons. In total there's over 20 new attacks and 11 new attacking animations, and the aim is to make dragon combat a little less repetitive and a little more challenging. The new attacks vary from dragon to dragon, and there's a nice mix of melee and shout attacks. The new attacks work together with the mod's new locational damage system and some of the basic AI improvements. The locational damage system works by splitting the dragon into 4 parts: their head, body, wings and tail. What's interesting is that not only will the amount of damage dealt change depending on where you hit the dragon, but each of the body parts also have their own hidden amount of HP depending on the dragon's full HP. And if you deal enough damage to one of those areas, it'll effectively die and remove some of the dragon's attacks and functionality. So as you can guess, if you do enough damage to the wings then it won't fly, and if you do enough damage to the head then it'll fail to shout, and so on. The new dragon AI, which is only a small part of the mod, focuses on the dragon's awareness of his surroundings. Specifically, the dragon will be more aware of who's attacking him and where they are, and when you combine that with the new melee attacks, it leads to some interesting results. So now on top of the standard wing attack and tail slam, there's extra attacks like a leg stomp and a tail slash, where the dragon will swing its tail from left to right. Or they can even use a new undodgeable full body spin attack if they feel especially threatened. The majority of the new attacks come in the form of shouts. We won't show them all in the video, so there's still some left for you to discover, but we'll show you a nice chunk. As you all know, most dragons are quite limited in the vanilla game, and dragon fights end up with them breathing fire or frost from the air or on the ground, and then if you get close enough they'll try to bite you. However, now they'll use a variety of other attacks. They'll use the swing breath attack, which sprays either fire or frost in a huge AoE from left to right. Or maybe they'll summon meteors to fall from the sky, or make the earth erupt underneath your feet. On top of that also comes some buffs and debuffs. So dragons can now mark the area and all close by NPCs will have their armor weakened. Or the dragon could freeze a single ally, or shout fear into your allies to make them flee. As I said earlier, the attacks used depend on the type of dragon, so obviously frost dragons will never use the new fire based attacks, and some of the more powerful attacks are limited to higher level dragons. The only unique dragon to receive special attention is Alduin, and now he'll be able to summon 2 spectral dragons to help him in battle. He also has a new Circle Flames attack that shoots fireballs in 8 different directions. And finally, the last major change to dragon combat comes in the form of a new Enrage mode. If a dragon's health starts to drop too fast, then the dragon will shout loudly and go into a rage mode. In this mode they'll breathe smoke from their mouth and use their new attacks more frequently, as well as receiving an overall damage buff. So basically, the Enrage mode is a way to limit the amount of easy dragon battles. To further make dragon battles more challenging, the mod comes with a bunch of new defaults to dragon stats. You can change them at any time in the mod menu, but by default dragons have 3 times the health and an increased amount of armor. Also by default, killing a dragon will always lead to a kill move, but you can also change the percentage change of the kill move in the mod menu. And overall, this is probably the first dragon combat mod to include such a wide variety of new attacks, and the new animations really help to give them a unique edge. On its own, the mod works well and makes for a nice way to mix up dragon combat a bit, but you shouldn't have any compatibility issues when using it alongside mods like Deadly Dragons or Enhanced Mighty Dragons, but that'll depend on your playstyle and how difficult you want dragons to be. So if you're interested in the mod then you can find a link down below, and as always be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, and thanks for watching.